I'm Grant Benefield. I'm marketing support at Think Tank.
And I'm Taylor Days. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing at Think Tank Media.
Okay. I'm going to briefly touch on what we talked about with you guys last month, so if y'all weren't here last month, just a little bit of a reminder. A little bit about us. We started Think Tank Media in 2018. These are the faces of Think Tank Media that you'll see. And, Ambassador of the Year right here, me. I'm just kidding. I just had to say that for Phil. In February, I was going to say last month, but it's been a few months. In February, we talked about the customer funnel and how you want your customers to fall through the customer funnel and the things that you'll use to get them there. So today we're going to talk about methods, message, and making money. So I'm going to talk about methods, and then I'm going to pass it over to Taylor, and she's going to talk about some too. Searching keyword is obviously when you're searching online and you're searching about a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. That person's going to need home insurance from Jasmine's Insurance. If you're searching online about sweet treats for a birthday party, they're going to need Frios from Gadsden and Etowah. So if you're displaying that behavior online about what you're interested in, that's how we're going to target your customer for your services. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was clicking.
Yeah, I think
Is it going on my phone? Okay. Geofencing. Does anyone in here know what geofencing is? I know you do, you don't count. Okay, so it's when you put a virtual fence around any real world location, like from a bird's peak view, and we're going to target the people that go in there with their smartphone on and their location service is on for 3 seconds. We're going to follow them wherever they go on their phone for the next 30 days. So if you wanted to target somewhere where your ideal customers are going, whether it be your competitors or the Chick-fil-A. I know our Chick-fil-A is not busy right now, but when it's open, it's busy. Site retargeting. So this is how we target people that have went to your website and not made a call to action. We want them to come back to your website and purchase your goods and services. Sorry. Addressable geofencing is a lot like geofencing. It's just from an address level. So we can use addresses that you give us that you want to target. These people are my ideal people, I want to get them back, that kind of thing. Same thing as geofencing. We go from a bird's peak view, we go on the plat lines of the home, and we target their home with your ads. Addressable curation tool. If you don't have an address list that you want to target, we have a database that, I don't know what's going on with this. We have a database that we can go off demographics to find your ideal customer, whether it be, that they live in a $200,000 house or more or less or whatever it may be that you're wanting to target them for. Any questions? No? I'm going to let Taylor start on social media.
Yeah, and a lot of this, kind of going back a little bit, our main talking points today are methods, messaging, and making money. So when we're talking about these tactics, these really are the methods just to really make sure that we are serving ads to your potential customers that you're wanting to try to target. We don't want to waste your ads on people that aren't going to need your services right now or that are just, kind of in the area. We really want to make sure that we're targeting for insurance or for Frios popsicles, like Lacey said. So a lot of the tactics that Lacey just mentioned, they are really good ways to target and use those methods to really make sure that we are serving those ads out to the appropriate people. So these are just some more methods that we have. We like to blend a lot of these things together. We're throwing a whole lot of information out at you. So if you are like, whoa, let me back up, or talk to me a little bit more about that, feel free to interrupt us or raise your hand or catch us after the meeting. But another tactic that we have is social media. So we can serve targeted ads on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on TikTok, really any social media platform that you want to be on or that you think that your customers are going to be on. That's where we're going to serve your ads. I'll keep clicking. If it's going to work, or you need to do the clicking.
It's all good.
Also on YouTube and YouTube TV. This is something a little newer that we have started to offer for our customers, and we've seen some good because it says everything is on YouTube. I know I'm one of those kind of people that I go to YouTube to learn how to fix anything, right? It's always good, especially if you have like a service kind of industry business. If somebody's trying to fix something on the house, let's serve your ad to them. So instead of being an idiot like myself that tries to fix it, let's call the actual professional to come fix it. And YouTube TV as well. A lot of people have cut the cord on cable. A lot of people are watching YouTube TV. So that's a good way to serve on that streaming service. And then speaking of other streaming services, we can serve on like Sling, Hulu, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, even like on the on-demand apps with their television services, we can serve there as well. And this can be targeted. So again, we're not just going to serve ads to people that aren't in the market for your services. We're going to make sure that we're targeting those ads and those commercials to people who need your services right now. Same with streaming radio. This can be like on Pandora, Spotify, maybe like the iHeart streaming stations, so we can play your radio ad there. Again, we're wanting to target it, so we can use our tactics that we mentioned before just to really make sure that those radio ads are going out to your target audience. And then we have local SEO. Where, let me see, do a little test. Where do you think the first place is when someone needs to search for your business? Where do they go?
Google.
Google, yes. That's where everybody goes. It's like the yellow pages of today, right? You're going to look on Google to find out about a business. You're going to want to call them, find out their hours, their address. Well, when they're searching on Google, we want to make sure that you're one of the top ones that pop up so that way they can find you. So that's what our local SEO product does. It makes sure that your information is one of the top ones when it's searched and that your listing information is accurate. There's also nothing worse than going and clicking on a phone number and that phone number doesn't work anymore. Or going and it shows that you're open and you show up and you're closed. That's the worst. So we want to make sure that all that listing information is accurate. And that helps boost you on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. With that, we actually have reputation management. So if you get some pretty yucky reviews on like Google or Facebook, we can help kind of simmer those reviews and make sure that you're aware of them so that way you can go on and you can reply, kind of simmer those down, or we can even get good reviews so we can make sure that they can reply to those as well.
I have a question.
Yes.
So on the reviews, what do you recommend like a business owner point of view? Do they respond on the problem or just leave it alone?
Respond, always. I think if you leave it alone, it kind of looks like you're maybe like trying to dodge the situation. And people always go, or from what I hear, I do it. I go and I look at reviews constantly. And if I see that a business owner has replied to a bad review and kind of simmered it down, I have more respect for that business owner. We all know we're not perfect. So if you own up to, whatever issue it is, and you try to make it right, that speaks volumes.
I'm gonna butt in there on that one.
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially you as a business owner, we're kind of, the outlier in between the customer and the business owner, you get heated because your business is your baby, and you're just like, no, that's not what happened. This is what happened. I mean, we run a business too, so we deal with it as well. But a lot of times I will let a client know, this happened, and they're like, that's not what happened, this, and I'm like, well, look, let's address it this way, and let's say, remember I did refund your money, or I did do this. Let them know how you addressed it, and then they're not going to come back and keep arguing with you. But that future customer that's looking at your reviews, they're going to see that you did try to make the issue right, and it just, usually you can read between the lines, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So it looks better if you address it and you act like an adult and you act like you took care of it. You show that you took care of it, not act like you show that you took care of the situation.
That makes so much sense.
That's a good question. Any other questions? All right, well, we'll keep on going. We also run a product that's really good for recruitment. Right now, it's just hard to hire We've dealt with that at Think Tank Media. And it's hard just to keep people around too. So we now have a recruitment product that serves basically ads on like 30 different job boards. We've actually hired, how many? Probably 2 recently in our office that we know for a fact came from our own recruitment ads. That's pretty exciting. We've done a lot in our, I don't know if you're familiar, but we're owned by a newspaper company. So a lot of newspapers, our papers, we have done ads for as well with the recruitment. So it's really cool. It runs on those over 30 different job boards. If someone applies to the job, an email is sent to you directly with their resume and their email information, and they're really good leads. We serve those ads to people that are showing that behavior, that they're interested in that job. So the leads that you get from those jobs, they're pretty strong leads. So it's a good option for you if you need help with recruitment.
One more thing with that, I'm gonna butt in with Taylor one more time.
But it's fine.
With that, it also shows on the Google search. So, if someone isn't going, organically to Indeed or Monster or any of those job boards, if they're just searching in their Google, I want to apply for a job to be an insurance agent, it'll come up on that top little Google part too, if they're searching for a job that you have out there.
Yeah.
Where Indeed doesn't do
Yeah, I was
that.
about to say another butt in. Indeed and Google don't play well together. So if you are just putting your job listing on Indeed, it's only going to be on Indeed. We're going to make sure that your job listing is on Indeed and again, over those 30 different job boards and Google, because again, Google's where everybody goes first, right? So we're going to make sure that your job listing is there. All right, text messaging ads. This is another new option that we have. So if you have a list of cell phone numbers that you want to target, maybe they could opt it in like to your website or your buying program, we can serve text out to them. This is a great option for like an SMS text where you just send like a small, I think it's like 160 words. You can have a link to your website, or we have MMS text where you can send a photo, maybe with like a push that you're wanting to drive this month, and it can also link to your website as well. As well with emails. So email marketing is a great tool. There's so many emails that are sent within the day, so we would definitely want to make sure that your business is a part of that. We can use a list of emails that you have on hand, or if we need to generate a list, we can do that for you as well for emails and cell phone numbers. All right, and then back on Google, because we do love Google, everybody loves Google, and we make sure that you're on Google. So we can do Google ads. This can be anywhere from like a banner ad to a click to call ad, where on our reporting we can actually tell you, if someone called and they had a conversation with you, and actually where their phone number was, so you can really know if your advertising's bringing in your clients that are reaching out to you, or even video ads with Google, because Google owns YouTube. So on your YouTube ads, it's going to be targeted with the Google platform, so that's really good. Now I'm going to have Grant come up, because I know y'all are probably so tired of hearing me talk.
Who wants to?
But Grant's going to talk to you about how really to utilize all of these tools and how to make your message matter. Go ahead, take it,
Yeah,
Grant.
y'all get to hear from me. I should feel honored because I usually don't talk at these kind of things. But, so what I wanted to go over is your message matters. So whether you know it or not, your business is always putting out a message. Even if it's just somebody going to your social media page and seeing your logo, because that's, I think, the first thing we're going to talk about. So at Think Tank, we can do brand kits for our clients. These include logos. They include an entire brand kit, which I'll put together, and it'll have fonts, colors, everything you need in order to put your logo and whatever branding you have for your business out there. So like, for example, Absolute Respiratory Care, they just did a brand kit with us, and they've already taken their logo and used their brand kit to put their logo on some t-shirts, put them on uniforms that they use, and it all looks nice, and it's all it's all uniform together so that, everything looks the same, it looks nice and professional.
It's on their sign, on their
Yeah,
building.
it's on our sign and everything, so it looks really good. And so when we put these together, they'll have a nice big logo for you to have, like you see here in the middle. Also put together a social media icon that you can use on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you have like a social media icon that you need to use. Just so, like I said, everything looks nice and uniform across everything, because your logo is kind of like your first impression that you give to people a lot of times. And, if you have some logo that's not very professional looking, it can kind of sometimes give people, like I'm a very visual person, so like when I see a logo that doesn't look quite as professional, it kind of almost makes me subconsciously think, hey, maybe this person doesn't, care that much about this kind of thing, maybe they're not as reliable. Whereas if you have a nice, like, professional looking logo, it's like, hey, this person cares about the first impression that they give to people. So yeah, we want to help clients out with that. Another thing we can do is social media management. So this is where we can go, we will have access on your account, be it Facebook, Instagram, both, and we can make posts for you regularly. So the way we do these is before the start of the month, we can get together with the client and we can put together these social media calendars where we can go through and say, hey, on this day we want to do this post, on this day we want to do this post. Sometimes these are like holiday related posts, other times these can be posts related to sales you're doing, events that you're doing, just anything you feel like would help your business out. And we can help also to collaborate with you to come up with ideas for these posts. We do website design. We've done quite a few websites now, and they've all turned out really great. These are custom built websites.
Have you ever been stuck on the...
They're built exactly how you want them, all the way down to what words are on your website, pictures, stuff like that. Our websites all have there's a huge range now of like websites we've done. I know the one on the right has like a big video like that just takes up your whole screen, and it's just like all this different printing stuff because it's a printing supplier, and it's just going and it hits you right in the face when you open up the page. And then we also have like Bloom and Brush here, the one in the middle. It's more like elegant, classy, that type of thing. But yeah, it's custom down to exactly how you want it. So, and we get with the client and we'll meet with y'all and figure out what your needs are for a website, and put that together for y'all. Another thing we recently started doing that's really cool is QR codes. I know everybody's starting to see these a lot more often. You've probably seen these like in restaurants, people starting to do like the menus like that you can scan the QR code and look at it on your phone. But there's all different kinds of uses for QR codes, because essentially all it is a way for people to quickly pull up a link to whatever you want, and it's really useful. A cool success story we had recently, a doctor's office partnered with us to do a QR code because their Google reviews were not looking very good. I believe they were at like a 2.6 star review on Google, which when you Google a business and you see that, it's kind of like, that doesn't look great. So they came to us and they were like, hey, how can we get people to leave some positive reviews for us to get this star rating up? Because we want people, to trust us. So what we did was we generated a QR code that linked to a Google review page for their business, and they started putting this QR code. They had flyers in their clinics, and also we put the QR code online as well, I think on their Facebook page. And so what we saw was in about 2 weeks time, we took them from what I'm pretty sure it was a 2.6, was it 2.6, 2.8, somewhere around there. We took them from that to a 3.5 in their reviews in just about 2 weeks of time. So that was like awesome. The client loved that. And even now it's still running and they're still getting more reviews coming in, every week. So that's just going up and up. So that's just one use we have for QR codes, but QR codes is really versatile. You can use it for just about anything. You can put it on flyers that have people linked to if you're like a boutique, you can have it linked to a new black clothing drop that you just did, or whatever. They're really useful. I think think we're going to turn this back over to Lacey to talk about money.
Yeah, how fitting. No, I'm just kidding. So now let's talk money. Essentially, that's what, everything's about. That's what makes the world go round, We want your customers to make that sale or buy those popsicles, buy the insurance, buy the hemp. Is that right? Yeah, that's how you call it? Okay. Anyways, but we want them to buy your goods and services because essentially that's what's going to make you money or your company money, and that's how they have money to pay you. So, everything that we do trackable results. Everything that you run with us, we can give you, how well it's done or how not well, how we need to tweak it, change it. And that's another great thing about digital is it's not stuck in one place at all times. It's always changing. Just like right now, it may be a good place to geofence some outdoor areas or like, some playgrounds or what people are doing, in the summertime. And then we know around here when it hits August, all those kids go back to school and everybody's living at these football fields every Friday night. You can't go you can go anywhere in town with no wait on a Friday night during football season because everyone in this community is at all these football games. So those are great places to target your customers. So we would want to target, somewhere summer related in the summer, and then we would want to change that in the fall to target those people there. And then we get to show you, how each geofence is performing, how you may need to change it. Here's a testimonial.
Hey, this is Bobby Kids with the Kids Footwear. I'm here to talk about Think Tank Media. They are fabulous. We've been using them since the day we opened up downtown. All we had were 2 brick walls and nothing else but 2 picnic chairs sitting in the middle of the floor. But we've grown exponentially in that time. And it's been a huge help to have Think Tank Media on our side. Lacey augments our presence on social media with Google reviews, monthly Google reviews. She stays on top of it. Facebook. They're just fantastic. I don't know what I'd do without them. These are, my wife handles all of our social media, but they take it from there. And if you're not using them, if you're not using Think Tank, you're not thinking.
Do you want to play that video?
Yeah.
Go back.
Have you ever been stuck on the water and not known what to do? We're here to help you. We have 4 rapid response vessels and 2 land-based support vehicles. Our captains and crew are on call 24/7, 365 days a year at Wise Lake, Neely Henry, and Logan Martin. For only $99 a year, we sell peace of mind for you and your family while on the water. That covers unlimited towing, jump starts, fuel deliveries, and a membership to the largest boat owners group in the world, Boat US. Call us today to get signed up for your peace of mind.
And if you have a boat, that's a really good deal. Anybody have any questions? Anything? Well, there is a paper in front of you guys if you are interested in getting a free strategic plan for your business or the business that you work for. Fill that out and leave that for us. And besides that, you are all free to go. My cards are also in front of you if you want to take one of those, and you can give me a ring if you need something later. But that's it. Y'all have a good day. Oh, let's do a giveaway. Sorry, I forgot about that.